Hey guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now, this is What If Deku is a Dragonkin, part 17. Now, before we begin our story, a update on this What If specifically. This What If series. It's nearing its end in story wise, so there will be an ending at the end of this what if. I have stuff planned out, and I'll be introducing a new character I got from one of my subscribers that asked me to do this. Asked me because it makes sense for a story, so I could add another character in. I'm not going to mention who she is. Outside that, she's a she. Don't worry, guys. It's not any too soon. We're gonna go through the Cork assessment tests, heroes versus the villain, the USJ attack, then sports festivals. I think that came first. Give me a second here. Let me rethink something. I was right. The sports festival, then students versus teachers, then it's the force training arc. We're gonna go past all the way to the overall arc. So that's where the story will end when we get to overhaul's arc. And I need to talk about this real fast too. When it comes to his dragon transformation, I'm going to say his clothes don't get ruined because I don't want to explain every time when he transforms how he got clothes. So let's say the transformation doesn't affect the clothes whatsoever. His clothes doesn't show up when he's a dragon, but when he reverts back into his normal form, his clothes is still on him, perfectly fine. And when it comes to my other what ifs, they will all get an ending that I come up with. All my what ifs are going to stop. I'm gonna come up with an ending for each of my what ifs at the overhaul arc. Maybe let's see. Give me a second here. And some of my what ifs I'll include the Liberation Army in it, but not in this one because what I had planned it wouldn't even matter. So yeah, I have something planned for this from the beginning. So we're gonna start off where we left off, as where everyone's a file line getting their gym uniform as they all head to the locker rooms. As Mina and separate, as she has to go to the girls and he has to go to the guys. As Izuku starts to get change, as he sees, there's still that peak hole in wall going, that same wall that the girls' bathroom's on, or the girl locker room. So as Izuku, heats that hole up and melts it. As he, continues getting change, as Kirishima's like, "What are you doing, man?" Nothing. Kirishima was it? He's like, "Yeah." As Kirishima looks at Izuku, he's like, "Don't you think it's a good idea for you to, get some muscle? You're kind of scrawny." As Izuku, you're pretty, you're pretty straight, you're pretty head on, redhead. As as he puts the gym uniform on, and for my physique, I'm plenty strong. Maybe if we fought one on one, you see why. Kirishima is denying it. He's like, no, you won't. I could beat you. As Shin Shin starts laughing. As As you know, Kirishima, what are you laughing at? I don't like the guy, but he's right. He would slaughter you. Someone that can fight part to part with my sister, he has to be strong, despite his arrogant attitude and his remarks about my height. As he's still irritated over that. As Izuku, he left. As Kirishima looks at Izuku, he's not there. Where did he go? Baka goes like the freak left. Left you guys a while ago. As you have Inko on the field with Azawa, as they're waiting for all the students from the class to come in. As she gets the head count of everyone, as Izuku goes towards his mother, as Izuku's like, Fire Maiden, as she's like, yes, young Tsuma. I suggest you have a closer look at the locker rooms. She's like, what do you mean? When I enter it, I found a peek hole from the boys to the girls. I sealed it shut, but I'm not sure if it looked recent, so it most likely someone from this school. As all the girls, heard that as they get upset over, someone made a peek hole, but she's like, you did very good, young Tsuma. Why don't you get back in line? I'll have I'll address this to Nezu after class. As Izuku gets right next to Mina, as Mina grabs onto his arm, as all the girls are thinking, did he peek on us? As bef- and sorry, as they're all thinking, did he peek on us? As Izuku, before you asked, no, I did not. I sealed it as soon as I saw it. I have no interest in seeing any of you. As some of the girls took offense, as all the girls were like, what? You don't find it attractive? You don't find us attractive? As that's not the point. That's beyond the point. I mean, it's because he's mine. As they all knows that she's hanging on him, and that took that gave a lot of the girls interest. As they're like, what is that your boyfriend? As she's like, yep, that definitely is. As Sue's like, I thought that was the case. As they ask, like, they're still waiting for them to start the exercise. They're just talking among themselves for the rest of the class to fall in line. Let's say there's some stragglers on the boy side and some on the girl side. Mina keeps talking and she's like, so if any of you girls get any ideas, don't. As she gives all the girls a mean look, a serious tone as they took the hint. Izuku's off limits. Outside of that, we'll be good friends. As Mina goes back to her smiling personality, bubbly personality. As Azawa speaks up, as she's like, you all shut the hell up. We're starting to, we'll be starting the Cork assessment test. Like, like Pro Hero Fire Maiden said, if you do not match up to my expectations, you will be knocked down to Class 1B. So you're going to have to give it your all. No holding back. Do you want to make myself clear, class? As they nod. As Inko speaks up, that's oh sorry. As she speaks up, as she's like, that's double for you, young Tsuma. I don't want to see no holding back. I want to see your full potential. Do I make myself clear? As Izuku, yes, sensei. Good. As Azawa throws Izuku Tsuma, you're up first. You got first place in the entrance exam. As Mina kiss Izuku in the cheek for good luck as she winks at him. As Izuku, walks up there as Azawa rolls his eyes as he's like, Miss Fire Maiden, I take it those two are a thing. And she's like, oh yeah, they're a thing. They've been they've been going out for a while. As all that you know him? Let's say I do. I'm like I have I'm I'm not going to reveal that. That's not my that's sorry guys. Let me rethink that. How am I say this? That's not up to me to reveal. That's his choice. As is always not putting it together. That's her son. Just yet. As Shota heard that little conversation, as she's thinking in her head, as she's like, how does he know the Shield Maiden? Is he like a fan or a pupil? As that's what she's thinking. As she's like, she called him Tsuma. Why does that name ring a bell? As she doesn't know how to place it. She doesn't know that name, or she knows of Izuku Midori, Izuku Tsuma, because of he's come from the hero family, so she just can't place it yet. As Izuku gets the ball from Azawa, as Izuku, are you sure, Sensei? As all, yes, I'm perfectly sure. As Izuku looks back to Mina, be a sweetheart and move a little back. You too, senseis. As all, are you sure? As Fire Maiden's like, yeah, it's best if you step back. And the rest of you, I really don't care. So if you want to get hit, if you want to, get a little, it will knock you down a peg. So I suggest you move backwards unless you want to fall on your ass. I could care either way. Inko snaps at him. Language. As, yes, Sensei, please step back. That's better. Now, continue. Young Tsuma. Yes. As he looks at the ball, as he winds his hand back, as his arms, it's glowing a little bit from the enchantment magic to make his strength go, makes his strength to increase. He could easily get first place with his normal strength, but they want to see him go all out, so that's what he's gonna do. As he pulls back, as he launches the ball, as a gust of wind blow behind Midori Izuku. Everyone has to block their eyes from the gust of wind coming at them. As the ball goes flying, as it like goes past a couple windows, as they break, as it goes up in the air, as it breaks orbit, as he's with his power because he's a dragonkin. I can see him, doing something like this. So as Inko has the machine to test the distance, as she smiles, as she hands it to Zawa, as he's like, huh, infinite. I'll definitely need to keep eye on you, young Tsuma. All Izuku could hear is Bakugo just complaining under his breath as he smiles. As he, as he, he completes his little test as they go through the whole thing, the quirk assessment tests. Everyone except for Mina. Well, Mina gets, second place next to Izuku. Izuku's always first, and she's always second. Then whatever the rest of them get it. Like it would be like Shota third. No, actually, it would be yeah. It would be Shota third, Shin, and well, Lu and Shin. No, actually, Todoroki would get fourth, and third place would go to Kennedy. Be Kennedy, then Shota, then Lu, then Shin, then Bakugo, then the rest of the losers. Sorry, but oh, I kind of broke, I kind of tapped into my inner Bakugo, but pretty much, yeah. As the rest of it's like pointless, as you know, Izuku broke the machine, side to side step. Izuku, pretty good on that. Inko, before he was gonna do the long jump, Inko told him not to fly, no wings. As Izuku's like, you never let me have any fun. As Shota's, observing their behavior, clearly they know each other, but she doesn't know how. She's trying to figure that out. So, as everyone did their placing, as Azawa. So, what do you think, Miss Fire Maiden? What's your opinion of the class? As she's like, you all have. Everyone here has done very adequate. I'm okay with it. Still, they need much improvement. Especially that one, as she points to Bakugo Koski. Bakugo Koski. You've brief interactions I've had with you, young man. It's very disappointing. You need to put your ego in check. It will danger your. It will get you killed and get a civilian killed. If you were a hero right now, you would be a liability. Me and Pro Hero Razorhead are here to make sure you're ready for your future as heroes. So we'll be extensively working on your ability to control your quirk. And some other exercise will inform you when the time comes. But for now, you're all safe. No one will be knocked down Class 1B yet. We will always be watching. Remember that, class. Now get dressed and you're done for today. As Ezekiel and Mina are walking down the dorms, as Mina's like, I'll be right back. Why don't you check out your room? As Ezekiel's like, fine, very well, Mina. As he goes off, as Mina, gets supping. Mina conveniently forgot her bag as she runs back to get it. As Ezekiel gets to the room, she's like, so this is where I'll be staying. As he opens it, as he looks at the room, it's pretty decent size for, as he's like, I was told I'll be sharing with someone. Why is there only one bed? Something's fishy here. As the door opens, as Mina walks in, Mina, what's going on? Why aren't you in your room? Have you already seen it already? And she's like, surprise. And she smiles nervously. What did you do, Mina? And she's like, I kind of mentioned, I kind of wanted to have, I kind of mentioned I wanted to share with you, share a dorm room with your mother. And she kind of nudged it past Nezu, and she got approved, and I figured we won't, I'll be sleeping in the same bed with you, so have another bed would be pointless. You mad? Gu walks up to her as he puts her in his arms as he lifts her chin up. You're a pain in my ass, but no, I'm not mad. I should have figured you, but I should have figured you'd do something like this. Well, whatever. It's fine. So as they begin decorating their room. As Izuku has pictures up, he still paints. So he has a little area in the room where he paints, but the rest of the area is usually Mina. So she did her own little feel of the room, her her taste. As Izuku is reading a book, after they spend some time in the dorm room, as he's like, as Izuku's about to go get something to drink, as Mina, oh well, sorry guys, as he's reading his book, Mina keeps staring at him, giving him a weird look. As Izuku, what are you gonna do, Mina? As Mina's like, nothing. Oh, I'm gonna go get something to drink. As she gets up, as she blocks the door, as she's like, no, you're not going anywhere. As Izuku's like, what are you doing, Mina? As she grabs onto his shirt, as she pulls him to the bed, and she's like, trust me, Izu, you'll like this. As Mina throws him on the bed, as she does the whole ungarbing thing, as she undressed, as Izuku blushed a little bit, as she smiles, she's like, as she gets a kick out of that. As Izuku's, what are you doing? Don't worry about it, Izuku. As she kisses him, as they have a very close, intimate time together. I'm not going to get into details because I'm not into the whole sexualization thing, but your imagination could go where it goes. As Izuku and Mina spend a very close night together. Had a good sparring session on in the bed. So as we cut to the next morning, as Mina and Izuku are Mina's curled up with Izuku underneath the covers after last night's activities. As she's just stroking his hair. She's been up for a little bit, but she's just enjoying herself. Gets up. As Mina, what are you doing? I'm just admiring you. That's all. As she pulls him a little bit closer, as she cleans on him, and she's like, after last night, you truly are mine. As you need to, I'm not going to disappear on you, Mina. You're the only one that I have the sort of feelings I have for you. And she's like, I know. I just worry sometimes that you get bored of me. As Izuku turns over, he's like, Mina, I don't think I don't even think it's physically possible for me to get bored with you. You make my life more interesting. As they smile, as she smiles, as they cuddle for a little bit, as they get ready to get dressed for UA, because they were they had no clothes on basically when it like came down to it. So they get dressed as well. A lot of the girls see Izuku and Mina out coming out of the same room. As she's normal, hanging on Izuku. All the girls are whispering, like, as they're thinking, "Don't tell me she did." As all the girls are blushing because they get the gist of it. As one of the girls come up to Mina, and she's like, "You gotta," as Izuku go get some, something from the kitchen. As the girl's like, "You gotta spill all the details." As Mina's like, smiles, "Nah, I think I'm good." As the girls, "Come on," it's like, I don't kiss and tell, ladies." As she goes over to Izuku, as they finally, after that little incident, they begin going into the classroom. As everyone's talking, Mina, is next to Yuzuku. Her desk is like right next to his because she pushes together. Even out of Ida's protest, she doesn't care. She basically tells him, "You better shut up before I melt you." So acid. So yeah, Mina kind of sorry, Ida is kind of scared of Mina, and Bakugo's scared shitless of he might act tough when he's talking trash, but he's totally scared of Inko. He's having his he's having flashbacks of his own mother. So yeah, so Bakugo's not going to have a good time. Everyone gets in class as they see Inko walk in. As everyone's curious where his owl is. As Inko gets his class starting, you might have noticed your sensei is not here today. He had a personal matter he has to attend to. I'll be I'll be taking I'll be I'll be doing his job in his place. We're still waiting for one more to show up for your you have another pro hero come to teach class to a 2 day class. So everyone be on their best behavior. As you have someone barge in as he pronounces himself as he's like, "Don't fear, I am here walking in like a normal person." As he's wearing his retro outfit, as Inko's like, "This is gonna be fun." And she's like, "Oh my, it's a pleasure to see you." And it's like, "We haven't been acquainted. I am Fire Maiden, Pro Hero Fire Maiden. Nice to meet you. I'll be your teacher's assistant for this course." "Oh, thank you. It's very nice to meet you, Fire Maiden." As everyone's like, it's all like everyone's going crazy over All Might. Izuku not really giving a like. I made a small mistake. He did meet All Might because of the sludge villain incident. So he does All Might, and All Might recognizes Izuku. As he's like, huh, "Yep, of course he's here." So that means hopefully I don't come across Ryoko anytime soon. As he's like, "Class." As he begins the explanation of what to be doing today, we'll be doing a hero versus villain test today. I want to see what this young generation has to offer. This is how this is going to work. We're going to put you in a battle simulation to see how you handle certain situations. You're going to split off into two. Oh, sorry. You're going to split off into teams of two. We will pick your name out of raffle. 2 of you will be heroes and 2 of you will be villains. Your objectives is either to capture the bomb or capture the villains. And for the villains, is either to activate the so-called bombs or defeat the heroes. And there is a time limit, so if you two haven't declared a winner yet, then the exercise will be in a tie. No, then it will go into sudden death. In this sudden death phrase, as All Might continues, the bombs will go on a timer, and when they count to 0, you lose. Almost raise her hand, and she's like, "Yes, young lady." As almost like, "Yes, young lady. How long is the timer after we hit over after we hit sudden death?" "You have 5 minutes." "No, let's say no. That's too much. You have 2 minutes to achieve your objective, or you will fail." As heroes, you're going to have to adapt to certain situations. The villains were the villains are not going to always play by the rules. So you're going to have to adapt. And as he pressed the button, here are your hero suits. Every hero should be you should be professional while you're doing your hero work. As everyone gets their costumes, as everyone, compliments everyone else's costumes. Mina has what she has in canon. And Deku has what he has in the outfit. That's what he wears in his hero. He's wearing all black. All right, class. As Inko speaks up, I'll be starting the raffles now. As they raffle all their names in a raffle thing, whatever. It doesn't really matter. As she reaches her hand in there, as she picks out the two teammates that are going to be on, as she says, for the first team, as she reaches out the two names on the hero team, it is Shota Todoroki and Izuku Tsutsuma. And for the Izuku looks up as she continues calling out names. As Mina's getting a little, she's a little irritated that she didn't get picked with Izuku, and his partner was the girl of all things, so she's not liking it, but she can't do much about it. As Izuku, cheer up, don't worry, this won't be long. As they're picking all the hero team first, then they go down to the villain side as they pick out Tenya Ida and Bakugo Koski versus team of Izuku Tsutsuma and Shota Todoroki. As Bakugo gets a grin, as Izuku gets a grin, as Mina sees his grin, as she knows that that's not a good thing. As they begin to go up to their partners, as Mina, grabs his shirt, kisses him, as she's like, "Win." As Izuku's like, "Of course, Mina." As she goes off, as she got team up with Kennedy of all people, and she's not too happy about that. Girl with red hair and silver hair, or white hair, walks up to Izuku. Tsutsuma, was it? As Izuku's like, yeah, it is. What's your quirk? As he's like, a little bit of fire, a little bit of lightning. Interesting. What's yours? Half hot, half cold. I want to make myself clear, Tsuma. Don't make me look bad in front of the Fire Maiden, or you will regret it. Do I make myself clear? As Izuku, yeah, I got you. I have no problem teaming up with you. I just want to get this done. Actually, I just want to get this started. I have so much. It's going to be so much fun. As they're about to walk past Fire Maiden, as she puts her hand on Izuku's shoulder, as she says, "Young Tsutsuma." As Izuku's like, "Yes, Sensei." I know that look. Don't kill him. No killing. Don't worry, Sensei. I have no intention of killing him. I'm just gonna simply. I'm gonna simply put him in his place. As Izuku's having thoughts of how he's gonna punish Bakugo for his comments towards Mina and for the comments he made towards his mother and the comments he's continually to spat. So Bakugo, yeah, he's not going to have a good time. That's a good. Unfortunately, we're going to have to end it here. In the next part, we'll go into the hero versus the hero versus villain fight. Finally, then we might actually able to put the USJ attack in all in the same episode. So that's it for tonight, guys. You guys have a good night and day, and you'll be seeing this next episode most likely on Thursday or Friday. Then when I get to the USJ attack, I'll switch it over to Jack Frost deku. I'll do that for a little bit. Then I'll come back to this and finish it off. Then I'll finish off Jack Frost deku. Then we'll be making some progress finally. So I'll catch you guys later. Bye.